This is for Mr. Living Good and all the trees in the neighborhood, floating around and being happy in the breeze. I love the trees. Treesy, 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 trees. Oh, I love the trees. How they blow and sway and rock and roll in the breezy, breezy breeze. If a tree could talk, what would he say? How about let's do some math today? Two plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is 8, plus 8 is 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4, times 3 is 12. Do you know what I mean? That was really, really cool. Math rules. Math is everywhere, even the trees. Look inside yourself and find the math inside of you. Singing a song from Mr. Living Good and all the trees in the neighborhood. Trees and math, math and trees, flowing happily in the breeze. Math, trees, equations and leaves, things that go together, just like you and me.
Okay, basically this little piece of paper is our little survey thing. There's a picture of the tree on the left, and then you put a little tally mark on the right. It's basically what Mr. Livinggood said, it's the most attractive tree, whichever is the most visually pleasing to you. We're going to use this tree for our video. We're not going to tell you how, but we are. And I don't know, I'm just going to start.
Pine, willow, mesquite, cherry, oak, dogwood, and the Japanese maple. So, which tree won? Hi, I'm Becca Shaw, performing a little ventriloquism for you. I'm showing you a bar graph. First of all, oak, it got only 5 votes. Pine got 3. Dogwood, 13. The Japanese maple got 8. Mesquite, 2. Then the cherry got 15, but it was beaten by willow that got 16 votes. Now I'm going to answer the age-old question of how is math used in the making of a video. Well, I'm using Sony Vegas 9, and I'm just going to explain the most basic way in which math is used. You can see right there that we use both x and y coordinates in order to decide where the picture goes. So right there I'm changing the coordinates of where they go, so that way the picture moves. Thus, we end up with me holding a graph, for instance.
The probability is a measure of the likelihood of something happening. Within this tree project, probability is a major factor to consider, which is the growth rate, how likely it is to survive. That would all be probability. Caring for trees requires a lot of different tactics, and depending on these tactics, one holds on how long the tree is going to survive. So every tree goes through 7 different stages. First stage is tree's infancy stage, and 48% of all willows survive through that infancy stage. And during this stage, the tree is the most fragile and it's the hardest to take care of during this stage. The second stage is the U, and this is the second hardest stage for a tree to go through. And 36% of all trees survive the second stage, and that would include the 48 from the first stage. And then the third stage of the tree is the prime of its life, and that would be 16% of trees survive that stage along with the first two stages. So the willow tree has a pretty high survival rate, and it has a high probability of surviving, and willow is a very big tree for this type of area. The fourth stage of the tree is the middle age, and then the fifth stage is the senior stage. The next stage is the twilight stage, and then the final stage is the death of the tree. There's a small part right here which is due to unnatural causes to the death of the willow tree. But overall, the willow tree has a high survival rate. That's why we chose this tree.
Hi, I'm Mark Hernandez. In my group, I will be providing the measures of central tendency, which consists of the mean, median, and the mode. And I will be determining what math was used in class and what math wasn't. And in terms of measures of central tendency, during a survey that we took in class, in Mr. Livingood's class, the mode of the survey, which is the mode, and that tree had 16 votes by students. And in terms of math used in and outside of the classroom, besides finding out how many people were surveyed, no math was recorded.
I'm doing ratios in the group. Basically what this is the votes, and we counted the amount of votes and we added them up to a total of 62. And right here is every vote. Oak got 5, Pine got 3, Dogwood got 13, Willow 16, Japanese Maple 8, Cherry 15, and Mesquite 2. The ratios is of the oak to the total is 5 to 62, Pine 3 to 62, Dogwood 13 to 62, Willow 16 to 62, which you simplify it by dividing it by 2, which will be 8 to 31. Japanese Maple would be 8 to 62, and you simplify that and it'll be 4 to 31. Cherry is 15 to 62, Mesquite is 262, or 1 to 31.
Okay, scale factor is the ratio of the length of the scale drawing to the actual object. So we did our survey on a couple of trees, and I did scale factor. So 1/4 of an inch equals 10 feet. And this is our willow, which is the one that won. And they usually get up to 50 feet, but you can like control how tall they get sometimes. So this is 1 1/4 inch. And then our oak is the biggest tree. And what's cool about the oak tree is if it has enough room, it'll grow more mushroom-like, where the branches go out, so it'll get rid of a few feet. But the tallest oak tree is 144 feet. Yes.
Mr. Livingood has a song about math. We also wanted to include some tree facts. I can see how we can help, don't you? This is our Happy Tree Project song, written
thanks to Mr.
You should do
Livingood,
that like 3 times.
Darius Jackson,
Do that like
Jose Campos, and Alan Watlett for teaching us and for the music provided.
Everybody is a star. It don't matter who you are, no. Keep on reaching for your dreams, 'cause it ain't crazy